This is the Burning Youth Oak Band podcast. Hello, I'm Andrew Riefenstahl. In today's episode, we will be discussing American fallacies in culture and politics, the age of the cast, Utah Mormons and Lonestar beer, things you should have learned in high school, education reform, and police reform. Thanks for coming on down and hanging out with the BYOB. Enjoy the show.
BYOB.
Oh,
hey.
We got a kiss here.
I didn't see you guys there.
No kisses.
Hello.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Andrew Riefenstahl.
I'm Riley Sklar.
Kyla Benson, I am.
Jordan Hughes.
All right, and we are a part of a larger collection of podcasts that are all under the BYOBand.org umbrella here.
We like to call ourselves a consortium of some sort.
Oh,
Yeah.
at the Spotify Media House.
You know, BYO Band is on the stock market. They are tradable shares.
You're doing your Obama again.
Our
No,
IPO will be coming
We're
out
on
next
the stock
month.
market.
Yeah. It is a conglomerate.
It is a conglomerate
They
corporation.
own all kinds of small subsidiaries.
Currently, we're nonprofit.
Yeah.
I got a donation.
501c3. We're growing in magnitude in terms of
Full
listener
dental,
support. So we'd like to
full
go ahead
eye
and thank you
benefits
all,
for their employees.
our listeners. We couldn't do it without you.
And all of those pledges
us
and
going.
donations.
Pledges and donations.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, you keep us unbiased in our own right. So without you guys, we would just be another biased podcast.
So biased. In fact, what are we most biased about?
Don't even
It's a
get
hard
me
question.
started.
It is a hard one. I don't know. It's not a-
Biases are very, complex in nature.
Biases like the Nepalese.
Like the Napoleons.
The Napoleons. Where do biases come from?
From your
This is a deep thought.
Nature or nurture?
from your deeply rooted
Nature and nurture? Or
probably from nurture.
Nature.
Biases probably
Nurture.
come from nurture.
Oh,
I meant
nature.
nurture.
Nature
I
is
meant
you
You
nurture.
were born to destroy them.
I genuinely believe only nature makes all of us pure somewhat. And then I think it is the nurture that changes your ideas or your ideology or your
Yeah,
mindset.
of course.
Because
Experience.
we're all born the same, It's like
Not
nature.
necessarily.
Nature, I guess
Chemically, people are born
chemically
differently.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she could be
You're more
in a different...
predisposed.
But nurtures that, right? In like that idea.
Does it?
Well, that's what I'm. If you're born a certain way and then you are brought up to believe that is okay, then you're probably all right. But if you're brought up to believe that is wrong,
But
and
nurture
you're-
can also cultivate things, but it can also make you go away from them. Like if you want to rebel from it.
Yes.
You don't like it.
Like,
So it's either...
A good
True.
case study is Mormons. If you shout out to
Okay.
all of our Mormon listeners out there.
we love you guys,
Shout
Utah.
But some of you have defected from your original tribe,
Yeah.
and those who have seen the world in another light.
I've seen the light,
if you
the
will.
actual light.
Bruce Springsteen's Blinded by the Light.
Blinded by the light.
Or
Revved up like,
Like a deuce?
Deuce in the run. Douche in the
A
run.
douche?
There's a lot of strange lyrics in that song.
go
But you
on
are
with
wrapped
your
up like a
analogy
douche.
to the Mormons. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Back to the Mormon. So I spent some time in southern Utah not too long ago, and the cultural differences are absurd.
Okay.
Beer is 3.5%. So
Were you at
That is
Brigham
so
Young?
cultural.
Or where were you?
It's very cultural.
southern Utah.
Southern Utah State or something like that.
So you're saying Lone Star is outlawed?
Yes. Yes. That's
If Lone Star's made its way to Utah, that's awesome. I don't think it has, but
It maybe not. If it's more than three
it's
whatever
not even
percent by
like
volume.
it might be in Oklahoma. I don't.
It
think
It
gets
is.
out.
It also in
Lone
Oklahoma.
Star is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say something about Lone Star? Was there ever a better commercial for Lone Star than the first season of True Detective? Because I
Dude.
really feel like that made
Anyone
people
watch
get
that
more
besides
on
me?
it.
I watched it.
That shit
Like,
was good.
because Matthew McConaughey is just so fucking cool, and he's drinking it the whole time. Like,
And
it just
carving
made it
tiny
seem like the
characters.
best
Kids,
fucking beer ever.
remember, it doesn't make you cool to drink Lone Star.
No.
It makes you a
All right,
FBI
all right, all right.
agent.
Yeah, it makes you
All right,
suspected
all
for a
right.
serious crime.
It's probably true, like
Yeah.
50% of the time. Anyway.
50% of the time, all the time.
Except
it works.
When you're drinking Lone Star, you're fine. I mean, it's safe, it's proven, it's a done deal. It's good.
Proven.
And we like to thank our sponsors,
Yeah,
Lone Star.
after this commercial.
Multiple sponsors.
Have you ever needed a beer so bad?
Not really.
Yeah.
Then get a Lone Star.
Okay.
Okay.
Lone Star.
It's that easy.
It's so easy,
It's
Central
so
Lone Star.
easy.
Did you guys ever see the Zima commercial
Dude,
Yeah.
bitter. Yeah.
where he's mowing the lawn?
We're mowing the lawn.
Just punches that guy.
Actually,
Is that the
Zima,
one?
you're young. You remember a Zima commercial?
I'm
Whatever,
young.
fool.
Should we go around and tell our
27 years
listeners
old.
what our age is?
26. Youngest one here.
27 and a half.
Hey,
20 saving and not a hive.
28.
Oh.
What changes occur, from that big jump from 26
27
to
and a
28?
half. How about 27 and a half to 28?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
A
actually
lot
have 1
changes.
month, November. I'm a November baby, so I'll be
November
28.
baby.
November
What's
baby.
what's your birthday?
Well, according to Bill Nye, birth sign or birthday? I'm November
Day.
9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think twice before you say goodbye.
Oh yeah, go to my SoundCloud, Andrew Riefenstahl. Look me up, y'all. I haven't
It's
even
good.
mentioned it yet. Yeah, there's some weird production stuff on there, but I mean,
I'd like you to
that
direct all of your
birthday
attention to a
dove.
track called Poonchies Poonchies.
yeah, check out Poonchies
That's
Poonchies.
original Secret Studios track. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah.
it will blow you out of your
BYO
seat.
Band has a lot to give to the Secret Studios, Secret
Once again,
Studios
that's
and BYO Band are
SoundCloud.com/Andrew Riefenstahl. Ladies and gentlemen, go check it out.
Don't worry about how to spell it. Just start typing and see what happens.
And it's not the Nazi propagandist.
Yeah, it's not Lenny.
I knew
Laney
this was gonna come up.
Riefenstahl's brother,
Yeah,
Brother, no.
but maybe a distant relative.
Maybe a distant relative.
it's propaganda, but of the dope kind.
Yeah. All right. So, aside from my Nazi family heritage, which you guys have brought up and made
Every
me feel
day
very
since we've known you.
Yes, I feel uncomfortable now. I just want all my listeners out there, our listeners. I have 1/32 of it
32nd of it?
of myself is Cherokee. All right. So.
Okay.
That's what I put all of my
So
spiritual eggs in.
he's mixed in his identity.
I'm
What is
so
130
confused.
He's
1/32 means
32nd
like
of the
1/32 means like your grandfather was.
But great grandma
what?
was 100% Cherokee.
100%.
great grandma.
I think,
you're
right?
only
Great.
132nd.
So you're great.
1/32.
So
Yeah. I
I think you'd be
100,
more.
75, 50. No, wait, what did you say?
150, 25,
1/32. That's almost like.
13.25, 7 point.
Okay.
Are you talking half-lives here?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
genetics? I think he's onto something. Yeah, you're
Is
right.
this
Every
That's
time.
how it breaks down. Every
Every-
time you split
A
it.
generation.
Yeah.
Yeah, a generation breaks it in half.
In half. That's what I'm saying.
For all those
Yeah.
science teachers out there,
Well, that's what I was doing, right? Was I?
Well, I was
trying to-
speaking in percentages. You were speaking in fractions of
Oh,
fractions.
fractions,
yes, I
percentages.
was. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually German-Italian mix, and I said that to one of my students the other day, and they look at me and they're like, I've never heard of a German-Italian. And I'm like,
Serious?
German-Italian, like somewhere mixed. And
Somewhere in the world, a German fucked an Italian. I'm pretty sure.
Your mother is the German.
yeah, and my
And you're-
dad is German too, actually.
But
So they both have a
who is
little,
Italian, though? Who's
but
the
my
more-
dad
your dad
is the
has to
Italian.
be.
Italian.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Italian.
I'm
Mussolini.
the Italian here. If we all have to pick,
Which is another fascist
roles.
regime.
not anymore. They have a beautiful soccer team now.
Who? The
It has
Italians?
nothing to do with fascism.
No, the
but go
Italian
on.
soccer team is
I know,
in
because
disarray right now.
Fashion,
You don't want to
I
get me
think, is what
started.
it does have some.
It is
Okay.
It does.
Well, if we're gonna rip up
Versace.
Italian fascism, I want to know, what are they doing that's fascist now, Riley, as our political advisor?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I would advise
To the world.
our country to look at Italy as a
Something to
shimmer
look
in
up
the
to.
light. Yeah, a parliamentary proportional representative system where each party earns their respective percentage House seats.
You know what?
Sounds good.
Each like place in Italy, I've never been, but something I think is just like the way that they're like each city or province or whatever works like a state, and they are into their own thing.
Autonomously?
Well, they're into their own thing, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna do our thing as long as we can do our thing, we can do this or whatever. They work like equally.
The way they
They're
work,
segmented. Like a
politically
state.
they work.
I mean,
They have a representative parliamentary system. So if a fascist party earns 2% of the vote, they get 2% of the House seats in the parliament. Or if
That seems
the
very
right wing,
fair.
only gets 20 or 30%, and then the left wing gets 70%, they share the House seats based on that. Whereas for us, it's either win or lose.
Yeah.
So you don't get representation proportionally.
okay.
Yeah, that does seem way better.
Yeah.
Because that would mean Bernie
Anyone
Sanders
else
supporters
Would have a house.
One of any
They would
house-
have representation. We would have
Anywhere else besides Italy doing that? Like that?
most of Europe. Yeah.
Okay.
We're behind, y'all.
we're trapped in a capitalistic
Trapped, man.
mechanism that won't break
Yeah.
because it's supporting a limited few, which we've identified as a culture, but have been basically powerless. And the majority of our American citizens have very low intelligence scores on their character sheet.
Yeah.
They should have re-rolled or put more
Everyone
character
cares
points
too
into
much
education.
about money.
And-
Well, it's also
and
not
football
their
and
personal.
basketball. Too much sports. We need more
It's not
intellect. I love
necessarily-
sports, but more intellect.
The-
Well, you can be intellectual in jam sports.
Yes.
But you can't
Yes.
necessarily
It's not the
be
fault of the
way into
electorate.
sports and being intellectual.
Generally speaking, our
Not that
public
that's-
education system is
It's
Terrible.
archaic.
Flawed.
It's
so
archaic.
and coming from a teacher himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
He knows
Both
more.
our parents are teachers. Your
Yeah,
parents are
educator,
teachers,
parent,
educators.
educator, parent, educator.
Your
Uneducated.
parents have- Your mom
parent,
and
your
dad.
mom.
Uneducated. I'm going to step in and say that.
Yeah, our political advisor, uneducated, but he's
Yeah.
great. We love him.
He's like,
I
I've
think-
just been to
what
a
do you
lot of
think-
places.
Yeah.
Do you think
It's
if
like-
maybe they made teaching a
gamble.
more, once again, like they paid people better, made better incentives, it would
Incentives.
also bring the
but
But
education
we're
level
spending
up.
our money on defense.
I'm about
Right.
to say
That new jet is
we won't
sick.
give it.
yeah, we have the sickest
But
new
we're
jets.
not. Yeah, we don't invest in our future. We
Have
don't
you seen
invest
the
in
new
education,
drones?
even
Have
though
you
it's so
seen the
important.
newest
It's probably the
drones?
number
They're
one most
so
important
good.
thing.
Because if there's not a financial value
Yeah.
on education,
Right, they can't
then
make
in a
money off of
capitalist
it. There
society,
is,
there's
though.
no incentive.
That's
is.
why
There
Bernie Sanders
fucking
was
is,
great, and
though.
everyone's so afraid about
Dude,
socialism. It's
If
so
we are
scary.
the smartest country,
But it's
like we
not.
should be, like we're this fucking great.
Okay, American
Then that's the
exceptionalism
incentive
is
on-
a flaw.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because we don't put any money into education. And if we
Right.
got the whole country smarter, we would be even better
But if you ask your fellow American citizen
on the global
street,
scale, which
they
we don't need to be
generally-
better. We just need to be good.
No, but
because we are the
inherently,
superpower.
we're raised to believe that being American is an advantage or is better in the world than some other, nationality. That's like the cultural norm.
I
that we
don't
have.
greatest
No,
country
they-
on earth. Yes, that's what we pride
Wait, we're
ourselves
raised
on.
to
We
be
won
that,
World War
right?
II. Now
Yeah.
we've been safeguarding the entire planet.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we're
right.
like fucking
Of course.
Captain
Whereas
Planet and
if you
shit.
travel to any other country, they're like, yeah, you're American. You're just like any other fucking nationality.
yeah.
But here, like, people don't understand that, and they think that because you're American, you're a better citizen or more valuable human life.
Born
I'm
with a
just
natural
saying.
snobbery.
I'm saying if that's the case, then why don't
Nurtured snobbery.
Why do we continue to put our, I'm for the good side, but I don't think I'm arguing it in a great way. I'm for education.
Yeah, we're for education.
Less force, but I get what you're saying. I understand. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think we're in
We're- no,
disagreement.
Well,
Yeah,
we need
no.
some humility.
Exactly,
We need
that's
some
the
humility
right-
in
We
the
need
country.
lots of humility. Like when
Yeah.
I traveled to a campsite and met some people from Nepal. They
What
they
happened
said
there?
no. Listen to me. They
Well, you
said
had
this.
a
cultural
They said-
experience.
You give respect to earn respect.
Respect?
You give respect to earn respect.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay, that's so true. Like
Yeah.
you show someone respect, they respect you back. I was there and I felt that there was this overwhelming Americans are supposed to be loud, brash, and obnoxious and like
And Australia.
You weren't,
and
doing
yeah,
that.
we actually
Americans
did.
are supposed to be Australian.
but you
Yeah.
weren't You weren't being.
I wasn't doing that, but I was thinking that as a whole, our country tends to do that.
Yeah.
And politically, you know.
Quinn did it.
Yeah, and maybe someone did it. I mean,
No.
but that just really is striking to me because I mean that I see how little kids work with each other and like their subculture and how they view respect, and just overall like it seems like Americans are not. Respect is not a real word in our vocabulary. It's like something we don't understand. You've heard about collective cultures. You know, we've heard they're more collectively oriented. We think we're all these independent, smart, independent thinkers, but it's kind of backfiring in America is what I'm saying. We should be more respectful, more collective, more caring about the environment, but capitalism.
It should.
I'm going
You're
off.
saying we shouldn't bomb.
And that's why you can't go Trump. I mean, he has no respect for anybody or
no
anything,
morals, no real character of value.
He has nothing.
If I was at a party and I saw someone being a fucking asshole, I'm going to walk up and I'm going to look at the logistics of the situation, right? And, and if you look at the logistics, like, he's an egomaniac, he's belligerent, he has no manners. And I'm sorry, and it's pathetic that this country has such a large population base that respects lack of manners.
Yeah.
I need another one of those things.
Not
Send it
only
over.
that, but it's not even like he does represent the conservative ideals. All he does is say whatever he thinks will get him elected, or say whatever he thinks the people want him to hear. He flips and flops, and he doesn't embody anything except for whatever he wants.
He embodies what
Capitalism.
Americans have been brainwashed via reality TV to be perceived as a strong, great
brought
human.
this on
Make it
ourselves.
great
Yes.
again.
Yeah, we have.
He is our...
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, just because we're bashing Trump so much, it's so easy, doesn't mean we endorse Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
But
let's be clear about that. You can be a
Trump
demagogue.
is a fucking idiot, though.
Yeah.
It's not even a
In case it's
question
unclear.
that he's just not fit to be a person in charge of anything.
He's not in charge of me. Like, people said, back when Bush got elected, he's not my president, which I understand, but technically he was, eligible to be president. But this is absurd.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean, he went to fucking Harvard or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he
I
served
don't
in the
know.
military. He's a patriot.
Yeah.
Well,
Trump has literally done nothing.
what
except
Riefenstahl said here,
Anything from
Fuck over the
was-
country,
Right.
capitalistically speaking.
What Reef said was,
We're just talking about, just sort of like the
collective,
like
or you're taught to be
collective-
this.
Yeah.
There you go. That was kind of what
I
it
mean,
is.
like-
But you're raised to think this way, and Trump is the embodiment of that.
of our
The
stupid
whole-
culture of
the
what
whole-
we
yeah,
value as
we're the
important,
best,
which is
and
being
we're-
rich.
Putting
and
down
being
others
famous.
is not a part of my culture in any sense of the word, and I
But
feel
that's
that
what
I
Obama
would do
just
not.
said that. He made a speech that's saying that,
Really?
well, obviously, Donald Trump is very insecure because the way that he builds himself up is by breaking other
space
people
down.
down. It's a classic elementary school bully tactic.
psychology bully tactic.
And that's what he does. And
Right,
I
but
don't
that
want...
doesn't get to the larger issue, which is the issue of
Our
our
country.
government and how it governs
Oh
our
my
people. So
Well, the whole
these
system-
Yeah, it
personalities,
does
stuff.
because
these personalities,
Trump is fucking going for the largest
but it,
face of government.
but Trump is
so
the
our
symptom.
government sucks because
Right, but
people
it's a
like him and Hillary that you don't like are up for the job.
But the reason he
what does that
exists
say
is
about-
because it's a symptom of
symptom.
Our society and
the
culture.
disease of our government and the way it governs. Money in politics, the result
what
is going to be
rules, yeah.
a far right and a far left
Yeah, and
rebellion into the
arguably-
status quo. And that's what you're seeing on the far
That's
left.
the
So
problem
I
with
get it, and
capitalism also.
and you can still argue right now, and Trump called it out, and I might believe him on it. Why hasn't Hillary spent any of her money on her campaign? And Hillary's been mainly donors, and Trump has
think
put
she
a
has
lot of
enough,
money
though,
into his
through-
own. I know.
Okay,
but-
let's
but
set the
why?
record straight.
Because she must have.
Let's set the record straight
tons
on what Trump is doing. He's financing his own campaign, and when he says he's financing his own campaign, means he's putting up money as a financier to his campaign, which will then be paid back to him by
Yeah.
the contribution. So, he's not putting up his own money; he's getting paid back on interest.
How is that not out? How is that not outlawed?
Because it's
like
legal.
How is
Citizens
that
United
not-
Supreme Court.
No, he has a
decision.
good
doesn't-
point. He's literally just saying because it's legal.
Because it's
therefore
legal.
not
Right,
outlawed.
but what is the part that if you're putting money into your own, that it's going to be paid back in donors? That's part of Citizens United.
Yes.
Okay, so it's corporations can't provide, but if you
Can.
give to your
They
own,
can.
They can. That's the whole point. They can pay. They can pay infinite amount of money to a super PAC, claiming that it is the freedom of their speech to pay this certain amount of money.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they just pretty recently.
All right, if you guys wanna-
decided that
No, I
corporations
get
are
it.
people.
Obviously, I've
basically.
watched
Let's
all
boil
this,
it down
but I
to
haven't.
exactly what your First Amendment right is: freedom of speech. Any person, you and I, have the ability to speak. Well, most people,
Right, and they're
have
saying
the ability to
companies
speak.
can.
And that's basically saying that if you're paying money, that is equal to you being able to speak. But you're not born with the natural ability to pay millions of dollars.
money,
But
yeah.
you are born with the natural ability to speak for yourself.
But let's protect the Constitution at all costs, and whatever that was literally written there is how we can bend it to fit whatever it is now for our capitalist gains, right, guys?
Well, we had
Constitution was written by the
at the
greatest
time
guys
of the
in the
decision,
world.
we had a 5-4
Ben Frank,
Supreme
Tom
Court.
Jeff.
So now Scalia died. Rest in peace, bitch.
Fuck him. Burn in hell,
Scalia.
I mean, when I hear
Trump.
Scalia, I think of like
He's the worst.
what's that Mulder,
Like,
Fox, like Agent Scully, Agent
Yeah, but
I think
Scalia.
of some sort of,
against
like,
women's
disease,
rights,
like-
against gay people, against black people. Basically,
That is
he was
all
a horrible
you. That is
person.
you rolled up.
Well,
into
he had
one.
very
Yeah, right.
thoughtful decisions, but
Black
they
based on
Hey.
bigotry,
Based
based
on
on
bigotry.
bias and prejudice. Yeah, he's a terrible person. Burn in hell. I'll say it again. Scalia.
Okay, I was thinking about this. We ran into an Australian guy the other day, and he was a cool
I
dude to
ran
party
into
with.
one today.
But however, it was just like I brought up, hey, I watched this documentary on ancient Aboriginals. That's so interesting to me. That's so cool. He's like, oh yeah, the coons, and I'm just sitting here like, and I'm just like,
The
Hold on,
rabbit-
let's
shocked.
just back up for frame of reference. If
Holy
an
shit.
Australian were to come to you and say, "Hey, I watched a movie on Native Americans,"
Yes, this is a good
Okay,
point. Yeah.
yeah.
And
What
I would
would
be
you
like,
say? What
I
would
would
you
not
say?
say that. I would be
Oh,
like,
the
yeah,
racist.
dude,
You
I
can't say
know.
the
Like, they're
coons.
no, you
Native
wouldn't.
Americans
That wouldn't be
are
your
awesome.
response, but you'd be
Native
like, I
Americans.
mean, I would be like, oh, that's what. Okay, like,
Look,
No.
don't listen.
No,
Don't
it's
justify
not
him.
the same.
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
justifying
that's
him.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, but the point I'm trying to make is
That's the same as like what we used to call him in America. So if he's using
No, I'm not
that same
justifying
slang-
that was
Fuck his
that was what was
response.
shocking to me
Yeah,
was the
that's
same
fucked up.
terminology, kind of for a subgroup.
and for our
a
younger
minority
listeners,
subgroup.
we're gonna say go ahead that there is mature language and
Yeah.
slurs used in this
You know,
podcast.
If you
So
can't
if
handle it, get
go
the
ahead
F
and
out of
yeah.
the street. Okay.
Guys, hold on. You're derailing me. I'm losing my,
I know.
my
Okay,
thought-provoking
he said-
thought.
Australians.
Coons, he said
But yeah,
this,
it's just like the dividing lines that humans will put up, whether it doesn't matter. You know, we were talking about Scalia's bigotry, and then now we're meeting a regular citizen from Australia and their bigotry. So the bigotry, I mean, okay, I don't want to get us off, but it's like,
Cross
you know,
divides.
Get
it
us
happens
off, dude.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's this universal.
It's
Yeah.
not, and it's worse. It could be worse in other places. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to say shit, but like we talked about South Africa and apartheid. And,
Yeah.
Oh,
Rhodesia.
beautiful, beautiful
And-
pronunciation
Yeah.
of apartheid.
I just want to, before we,
Apartheid.
I just want to say call to action for listeners here. Just like
But it
think about,
happens everywhere.
if you can in your community, please like analyze, think about that stuff. What is making it tick? Please be a part of the solution.
Yes,
we
and
watched this-
email us your solution.
Email us your
We
solution,
saw this
please.
thing
At
with this dude from
BYOB.org.
Detroit, man.
BYOB.org.
Born and raised in
BYO
Detroit.
band.
It was on PBS the other day, KLRU, like news, and it was actually like a BBC thing, but it was this dude from Detroit, and he's talking about how, he grew up there, and then he, got arrested, went to jail, got out, got a job, and just it's still the same. Like he's working at this factory, and it's good, but he was like, Obama didn't do shit, and we thought he was going to do something.
For Detroit.
Yeah, and he's
Clearly.
like, and these two people, he's like, there's no hope.
Platitudes.
He's like, there's no hope with these two.
Well, you
people.
want to know that the worst part about that situation is that those who are convicted and serve time in prison on felony charges in many states can't vote. So not only
I
do
know.
they imprison them,
So they can't affect anything.
so they can't
either.
affect change. So
Which is bullshit. Yeah.
So it's basically the larger scheme of institutional racism of the drug war, imprisoning minorities, and then revoking their ability to vote. Basically, it's modern day, like disenfranchisement. Revoking their ability to participate in the system,
There was.
when inherently the system is leaned against them to begin with.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
meritocracy that's stacked against.
Yeah.
People start at different
It is bullshit.
points when
yeah,
they're born
it's
based
messed
on their
up.
race,
Which
and
is
their
like
poverty.
so messed up.
It is.
But
man.
also the same
been shaped
reason
into
that
that
people
probably,
say
yeah,
like
for sure.
Obama fucked me is the same reason Donald Trump thinks that he can do whatever he wants as president,
But the
aka
institutionalization
appoint
is
a
like
special
not-
It's not about
prosecutor
it's
to
about
do whatever
the
he wants.
system that's set up. It's not about
Yeah,
the
it's
person
not
in charge.
about the,
Yeah, but that's
or
why
it's not
Obama
about the
couldn't get a
place
lot
or
of
the-
things done.
It's not about the place or the, it's about the...
That's why local government is so important. So those of you out there listening that are questioning whether or not you will or will not participate in the upcoming elections, I urge you to not only vote, but participate in your local party, volunteer, attend the state conventions, and make yourself knowledgeable about the situation because only you can affect change in your community.
But you have to vote when it's not just the primary, when it's not just presidential elections, when it's also just local elections, which go on between.
Yes, good point.
And
But
a
the
lot of
primary
people
is
don't.
the best place to vote because then
It
you
is.
can actually vote for your ideology.
I know, but
Oh,
there's
yeah,
a
I
lot
saw
of
all
votes
the
that
shit.
occur in between that people don't vote for because they're just like, oh, whatever, who cares about this
Right.
this city councilman or whatever. But they do affect you more.
They don't teach kids in high school
Directly.
that they can take days off. I mean, like, this is like, they should be like, guys, just
Okay,
so you know,
there
you
are-
can take
yeah.
days, or not days, but you have up until
Things
X
you should
amount of
learn
hours
in
to
high
vote.
school. Ready?
Yes.
Set,
Go.
go.
Things you should learn in high school.
I don't know.
How to change your oil.
How to set up your like utilities
Oh, yeah.
somewhere.
How to write a fucking check.
How to write a check
Yeah.
to someone. How to sign a check.
How to put a proper heading on a important paper.
How to not say you with the letter U.
How to apply for a job. Good cover letter,
How to-
resume.
How to kiss a girl.
Oh, in 10 days?
In 10 days. Ooh. This is a good point. I was just reading about how home ec classes in the past,
How to cook.
I want to say decade or so, have dropped like 30%. And I was really sitting around and I was like, I would love to teach home ec.
Yeah.
It's like the kids come in, I'm like, you got 2 eggs. You got to be at work in 30 minutes. Like, go. What are you going to do? You got to take a shower.
All right. So this is
You have a box of Fruity Pebbles. You
Andrew's,
have one
Andrew's morning
egg.
routine. I can say this as his flatmate. So Andrew will wake up in the morning, crack 2 eggs with 2 pieces of turkey bacon on it, and then go do his daily hygienic routine, and then come back 20, 30 minutes later with a gourmet breakfast pre-cooked. He throws the lid on there, pops the bread in the toaster, forgets about it, pours his coffee, and basically he is robotically cooking his breakfast
Exactly.
for him while he's in the shower.
That's good. No, I remember home ec.
Never fails.
All my home
You had
ec.
home ec?
Yeah,
Tell us,
but
I
it
never
was
had
all
it.
just like, it was how to make different weird ass shit that you would never eat or never make. It should be practical
Yeah,
things like
Pinterest.
how to balance a checkbook, which you don't really have to do anymore,
Yeah.
or like how to figure out how to pay for your utilities.
or how to log into your
Taxes.
fucking email and be a
Taxes,
real person.
Yeah.
man. Taxes.
Taxes.
Things that are
Tax.
Shit, if
things
I
that you're
learned-
gonna actually have to use, and robotically cook your food while you're in the shower and
Yeah.
getting ready for work. That'd
Set
be a
up-
great thing.
Change a
Sign
tire.
a lease.
Change a tire.
Well,
yes.
my
See
kids-
a fucking like lease contractor for rent, like a, and like learn how to read what,
What does it
Learn
mean
about
to be-
credit.
doesn't.
Learn
What is it-
about
yeah.
credit.
Credit.
What does it mean to
Oh.
rent versus leasing
Lease
versus
or-
what the heck is a mortgage?
Yeah.
Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, going through my 20s and everyone's like paying my mortgage. And I'm like, what be this secret
What is
mortgage?
a mortgage? Do I have
What,
one?
what doth it give to thee?
Yeah, just for all of you out there who are homeowners, enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy
Andrew and
it.
I have been pissing away your rent money for the last 10 years.
To a
of our
very
lives.
sweet
but
old
you're
man.
not. Yeah.
He's a great guy.
What are you
We
gonna
love him.
off him?
Can you
and
buy
just
this
own the
place?
place?
Go to his flower shop on Barton Springs.
Yeah, well, shout out to McPhail's down on Barton Springs, local Austin native.
Hell
Nick
yeah.
fails, where the fun starts.
And the
Nick
dates
fails. Your
and-
company's flower guy.
Nick fails. Oh, dude, that was a
Hey,
good
Rex,
segment.
if you're listening, man, we love you, man.
Love, come clean the yard, love.
But
And at
why
the end of the
isn't
We
day,
talked about that,
at
yeah.
the end of the
Morals.
day, we could work a lot of problems out if we just became more tolerant of each other and nicer and just more accepting and
Respectful.
respectful. That was the word brought up earlier. Yeah.
I mean, give respect.
Here's
Here's what
respect, right?
You
Did
said
he
it
say
again.
that?
Are
Yeah.
you Bahamian?
no, it's just I have.
You said
Baheim.
respect.
Listen,
Baheim.
I had.
Respect your neck.
This is my students from the old school I used to work at. What I heard a lot of the times was like, you have to earn my respect before I show you respect. And the modal there is completely different from the mode there is so different from the people from Nepal, which was you show respect to get respect, and then this other group of humans is like you need to earn your respect to get respect, and it's like I disagree with that. And
right.
And so, getting back to morals, getting back to these basic things that our culture does not seem to think at all mean anything.
Well, it's just nice, like, and I say it as like working in the service industry, as a teacher. You're basically in the service industry, but the highest elite level.
Yes, the elite level of the service industry.
You're like giving them the ultimate service.
So,
I am teaching you how to be smart and use your brain.
For your lifetime.
And
for your
so
lifetime.
it is intense.
It's a
for
lifetime.
It's lifetime fitness.
Think about this for the days to come, shit like that. And so you don't have to earn respect. You give it, and you're like, hey.
And then you get
So
it
I'm
I'm
back.
going to teach
So
you. You guys
who or
are all
what-
smart to me.
Who or
I'm
what
gonna teach
professions
you.
should you
And then
inherently...
they need to give you respect because you're teaching them.
Who should you inherently give respect to or show respect to just based on the position that they hold?
I
Not
think
necessarily
parents,
the person.
Educators.
honestly.
Educators and parents.
Parents.
That's pretty much it.
Parents
Educators
are,
and parents.
are
How
giving
about
you resources
authorities,
to live.
police officers.
Well, yeah.
I need
mean,
another
I
Lone Star for
agree.
this
Give it to
conversation.
us.
So should you
Authority, but-
respect them just based on the fact that they carry a gun and a badge?
Oh,
Yes,
for
but-
your life. You respect them for the protection of
Yeah.
your life. But for me, I did grow up, and this is a really hard pill for me to swallow, that people talk about white privilege, and I guess I went to jail when I was 18-year-old, and I imagine now when I think back to that, they could have taken me to jail and not just given me a PI.
Yeah.
They could have destroyed me based on these subtle, maybe not so subtle, but biases.
Yeah.
And so just what I want to
Biases.
say here about when people start throwing around how, people with white privilege, they aren't being vocal right now during all this time. That bothered me because I was like, man, I've always been so loving of everyone and so kind of peaceful and understanding. And then now I'm being attacked because I am so peaceful and understanding. They're saying I'm not being an activist enough.
Yeah.
And so
I agree
But-
with you.
Did I get
because
off
I've
topic
also
there? But
been
that's
in
some
trouble.
No,
and been
what I was
there,
trying to
like-
get at was the fact that, an organization of government officials who are put in place to protect and serve the general citizenry of the United States.
Yeah.
If you ask most police officers, they say their number one job is to get home at night. When it's not. If you're going to be a police officer, you're putting yourself in danger in order to protect us, local citizens.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're respected. That's why we look at you and we say, yes, sir, thank you, sir, even if you're writing us a ticket. But if you're not going to do that and you're not going to protect us and serve us, you're going to just try and get home at night, regardless of what that means, whether to shoot someone and kill them or not, then no, you shouldn't be respected as a fucking authority
Yeah.
figure.
Well,
Well,
the problem is that the rhetoric of police officers now is that there's a few bad apples that fucking kill black people every time. But it's become a pattern. It's a trend. And that doesn't happen in a vacuum. We're a country built on slavery and all of those biases still exist. So until we can eradicate racism on a whole, which who knows when that is going to happen.
That gets
We have
back to
take
education.
but we have to take that into account. Yes, you should respect police officers, but they need to respect
humans.
us and humans. But we already know for a fact in this country that there are mass biases that occur. I mean, it's not just isolated incidents.
Yeah.
It has been happening for years and years, and only recently have we been able to document it with phones and everything all the time. But it's not a fair system. So I think, you're supposed to respect them, but what are we supposed to do?
Well, you would almost want to go back to scaling back and going to batons or something. I mean,
definitely de-weaponize the police force.
De-weaponize.
They should totally be radios and fucking the most pussy weapons you can find. Because if real shit's going down, I don't think they should necessarily be the force that's supposed to be out there
Hell no.
apprehending, because based on the way they've been
Well, if
acting,
real shit
it needs to
goes
be
down.
not a SWAT, but you need the actual Get the handgun guys out
Like-
because we can't bobby.
and
Well, that's
too
how
many
it is in
times the
many,
problem
many
is-
different
No,
countries.
I know. And the problem is because we've armed our citizenry or whatever.
'Cause it's a
So now you're like
capitalistic
giving
complex.
your police weapons because they have to fight back against citizens with guns or whatever. that's-
de-weaponize,
Yes.
not take guns away, but make it so that people who are crazy cannot get guns.
Teach them
It's fucking
psychology.
obvious.
Teach them sociology.
Yes.
Teach them the fundamentals of what makes
It would
humans
almost be
tick.
too hard, but if you could like take your police force down to just that, maybe the people would slowly revert. I don't know if that would work. It wouldn't.
Well, it seems like
It's-
police officers
nowadays
are always
it wouldn't,
killing
but-
people when they could probably just
Hit 'em.
stun them or whatever they need to do.
Well,
that
even
doesn't need to
stunning,
kill
they're
them.
even fucking taking that too far. and
or
killing
or
someone with-
whatever.
Like a
that
kung
doesn't
fu fight.
Right. Subdue
Everybody
them in
wants
some way.
kung fu
Everyone just gets shot.
fighting.
Those cats
The fast as lightning.
Okay, right.
Oh, we have a kung fu police force.
Inject
Yeah.
some levity into the
And-
situation.
Sign me up. Like,
Sign me
is there
up.
basic training? I'm there.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Police Force.
I want to protect and serve.
Yeah, I
in
want
the
to protect
dopest way possible.
everyone with my Kung Fu. The words inside my head, damn, they're making ground. I'm higher than anything. Soft grass, it drips away any way you can. Yeah, just drop it, forget it. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Burning Youth Oak Band podcast. Make sure you go to our website at www.byoband.org. Leave us a comment in the comment section. We love to hear from our listeners. Till next time, adios. Working doesn't seem so bad. Flying doesn't seem so hard. Never coming down. We're allowed. Hope I'll be here tomorrow.